He'll be the seventh player in history to win 3 MVPs without winning a chip. We got to get him a chip, though. We got to get him a chip. You know what
This
I'm
was
saying?
this. Speaking of, that's a great transition because this was the best opportunity. He really was supposed to. I thought for
Yeah.
sure that this was a foregone conclusion.
This year, right? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but
You know, let's
we all
transition to
know.
that. What did you guys think of the game? Q, I'll start with you. The Ravens Bills game. Intriguing, fascinating, edge of your seat type of game. Um, Obviously Mark Andrews is the scapegoat and all of this, and he's well deserved. He has he has the fumble, he has the two drop passes or whatever. Ravens made some mistakes, but the Bills played cleaner football. You know what I mean? Let's be honest. You know what I'm saying? And they still almost lost. To be honest with you, because I believe had they hit the 2 point conversion, I know Josh would have got the ball back, but I think the Ravens would have won with the momentum. Q, let's talk a little bit about the Ravens Bills game. What was your thoughts on that game?
I think the Bills went in there playing the type of game that the Bills play, right?
Mm-hmm.
Low, right? No, nothing really, and like not saying that the Ravens don't really play in those type of conditions in the snow and stuff like that because they do. But the Bills are not like really a team, especially with the wide receivers that we have. Josh
Mm-hmm.
Allen don't really be throwing the ball down the field as he used to in the past with his other receivers. When he had Stephon Diggs and Dawson Knox was actually never hurt and actually can get open like he
Yeah.
doesn't do that. Lamar Jackson does that and he does it with multiple receivers. He don't care who be Bateman or Flowers and that's it. Let's just go get open. Mark Andrews, like even though he's dropping passes, but he still has his trust in his receivers, and it's more fun to watch that type of team play, and that's what I still got out of it. Aside from watching it in the snow, which kind of sucks because you can't really see, you know, his true talent, right? Let's see what would have happened if it was in like a dome. If it would have been in a dome, obviously we all know it's going to be a different type of game, but that's the beauty of football. It's one of the reasons I love it because they have to play in these conditions, man. It's going to be like, and that's why it's so important for home field advantage, in my opinion. And it's just not for the weather conditions because that can affect people. Like if the Dolphins went into the Bills, like that's gonna be crazy. Them guys playing in the snow, we already know they're gonna probably lose maybe 9 out of 10 times, right? No matter how
Mm-hmm.
you play it. But you know, that home field advantage. You got your phone, you got your fans rooting for you. You got all these hooligans there. It's just like, it's a different ambiance. And
Yeah.
this is playoff football, ladies
Mm-hmm.
and gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like these guys are coming in there just to look at a preseason exhibition or just an important game. Yeah, this is the important game. These are the most important games
Yeah.
that lead up to the Super Bowl.
Right.
And
Pressure.
you're gonna have to deal with all that pressure. And I think he handled it very well, but it's just unfortunate that he had to lose that fumble. And Mark Andrews tried to go for the extra yards and then lost his fumble. And then Mark Andrews also lost the pass. It's unfortunate he was getting death threats. I think that's very poor of people's demeanor, like to do something like that.
That's
shit
whack,
happens. You know what I mean? Like shit happens, bro. But like,
That was
hopefully
some real bad shit, though.
Oh no, yeah.
That wasn't just shit. That was you might have fucked the nigga's legacy up shit. And I know, and Lamar handled it right. He was like, shout to him. And I do feel bad for Andrews, but that was a dude. You got to hold on to especially that. The fumble and the other one, whatever. But that last one, bro. This is gotta hold on to that, dog. Like
that was the frosting on the cake. I was like, all right,
like gotta hold on to that.
I'm done for it.
They should have just sat right down. Boom.
But the Ravens still outplayed them in this loss. Except for the turnovers, they still outplayed them. They threw more yards. They rushed for more yards.
Let me read these stats real quick to you. Total yards 416 to 273. Passing yards 240 to 126. Rushing yards 176 to 147. Yards per play 7.3 to 4.6. First downs 23 to 20. Third down efficiency 7 out of 10 as opposed to 5 for 11. Yeah, they got but here's the thing, right? Mm-hmm. Sacks allowed, pause 2 to 1. Penalties 5 penalties for the Ravens. 5 for 43 yards and penalties. 1 penalty for 10 yards, with the Bills. 2 fumbles to 0. 1 interception to 0. those couple of plays
There's your game.
was the
There's
game.
There's your
Those
game.
Yeah.
those
There's
your game right
penalties,
there.
yep.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it
You
right
take
there.
it-
They played cleaner
Discipline,
football.
disciplined football
Yeah.
is what wins football games.
Yeah.
You take away the turnovers, you take away the penalty yards,
Yep.
and you have a winning team.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ravens are on the opposite side of this conversation.
Yeah.
So it's however many ways we slice it, we have to look directly squarely at the Ravens for that loss. And we can't look at Mark Andrews. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because Mark Andrews, although he had two of the turnovers, well, no, he had one of the turnovers and then he had the drop. We don't know that he had all the penalty yards. I don't believe that he did. But at the same time, that's a team situation. That's not a Mark Andrews situation. They shouldn't have been in that moment where they needed 2 points to tie it up.
Yeah.
You want to win a football game, you don't get down to that.
Yeah.
That's the shit that you see on Remember the Titans and movies like that.
Yeah.
That's not what this shit is. This is
Yeah.
we
That ain't
want
real life.
yeah, you want to win the football game. You play disciplined football. You protect the football. You don't give the football to the other team, and you win football games. And that's not what happened. That's not what happened on Sunday. As much as we all wanted it to, that's not what took place.
Yeah,
That's
now
not what
if this is a regular season matchup, I'm pretty sure it would have been a little bit different, right? You play it differently, right? Other team, the opposing team is going to be definitely not going in with the same discipline on the next play. Like, oh, they know that okay, they turn the ball over. Now we got to change our whole game plan, right? Because now we have to let's make some points. And it doesn't even that. It's also eating the clock up. Hey, we have the ball, no score points, and we have it for 6-7 minutes. That's a win in my book because we just stopped them. Now we can stop them again. You control the momentum. When you gain the momentum in the game, and if you're still scoring points, which they were, that's the difference factor, and that's what had happened. Like the Bills came slightly more, what do you call it? Like just honed in, man. They were just honed in, zoned in, ready to do whatever they needed to do, and that's why they didn't have no turnovers. Only
The 12th
allowed
man also
one.
played a part.
100%.
The
100%.
12th man also played a part.
100%.
There's a lot that goes into playing in Buffalo.
Yeah.
The Bills Mafia is very real.
Yeah, for sure.
They're a loud bunch.
Yeah.
They're aggressive as fuck. Like there's a lot that goes
Yeah,
into
there's arenas like that. Seattle
yeah.
is one of those. Sacramento in basketball. There's certain arenas that just